Donald Trump is currently meeting with one of the leading members of Al Qaeda and a high ranking soldier in ISIS. So, in other words, there are two terrorists having a meeting in the Oval Office right now. And if you don't believe me, you don't have to. He's very proud about this. So, if you don't, there's many pictures. We're going to go through them. But if you don't know who this guy is, do you remember back in the early days of the internet, if you were born in the 1000s, the previous millennia, such as myself, I guess I'm an old head, in the early ages of the internet, there were these videos of Americans in orange prisoner outfits, zip-tied, and a guy with, like, essentially a prosciutto knife, and he would just go behind them and just grab them by the head and saw off their heads. And we're like 7 or 8 and we're going, oh, well, that's permanently traumatizing me. I'm never going to forget that image. Well, one of those guys who was cutting off heads, as one does, his name is Ahmed al-Sharaa. Here's Donald Trump inviting Ahmed al-Sharaa into the White House because, Ahmed al-Sharaa, who went to Syria and joined Al Qaeda and became one of their best terrorists, and then after Al Qaeda was, starting to crumble, he ended up joining ISIS and became one of their best terrorists. Well, that terrorist managed to climb the ladder of chaos. As you know, chaos is a ladder, and this terrorist somehow managed to become the president of Syria. After him, ISIS, Al Qaeda, and all of their terrorist dog people ended up overthrowing Bashir al-Assad, I believe that was his name. Also, isn't that the bad guy from COD 4? Doesn't matter. Overthrew him and established this terrorist, Wahhabist, hardcore, violent terrorist government, right? And now that he's the president, Donald Trump has no problem meeting with him. Now, this is because Donald Trump, believe it or not, I know that there's a lot of Islamophobia in the White House, and there's a lot of racism and anti-Semitism. Donald Trump can only see one color. Actually, two. He can see two colors: green and gold. Now, Donald Trump may be a fucking babbling doofus, but I don't think he gives a shit who you are if you can give him money. I mean, to the point of he doesn't care if you rape kids, he doesn't care if you saw off heads, he doesn't care if you bomb children. He just does not give a fuck. And we know this because, I mean, how many times has he had Benjamin Netanyahu in the Oval Office? Now, we're going to take a quick tangent so I can explain something to you that is very, very scary and breaking news. Yesterday, there were reports coming out of Gaza that Palestinian journalists believed they were being nuked. This is not a joke. Palestinian journalists were reporting that they believe mini nukes were going off in Gaza. They were wrong. They were not mini nukes. But because of the level of devastation and the impact of the explosion, they thought to themselves, this could only possibly be a mini nuke. It wasn't. It was future tech. It was something called a thermobaric bomb. Now, we've had thermobaric bombs in the past, but it seems like Israel is testing future tech on the Palestinian people so that they can sell it as battle tested. And what ended up happening was these thermobaric bombs, they have a similar payload to a mini nuke, meaning the devastation is as powerful as a mini nuke, but there's no radiation. And what the thermobaric bomb does is it increases the pressure of the air, which you got air all inside of you and all of your blood cells, and it pops you from the inside. Your insides explode, right? And depending on how close you are to the bomb, you vaporize. I'm not being facetious with that word. The word literally has lost a lot of its meaning. I need you to listen to what I'm saying. Israel literally vaporized Palestinians, turned them into vapor, okay? We're talking about unimaginable levels of cruelty that I don't have the words for, and I don't know how to make light of it. I don't know how to make a joke out of it. I don't know what to do other than tell you that Israel is literally vaporizing Palestinians, okay? And if you see pictures of bodies in Palestine that are soaked in blood, but there's no bullet wound, there's no stab wound, there's no explosion, it is because they exploded from the inside because Israel is using thermobaric bombs. It's demented. It's disgusting. This is why we hate Israel. It's a Zionist apartheid nation that is committing a genocide on all of its neighbors because it believes that the land was promised to it 3,000 years ago by their phony fucking Judeo-Christian God. And again, this is why here at the Valenti VOD we say we hate religious extremists. I don't give a shit if you're the Vatican. I don't give a shit if you're Iran. I don't give a shit if you're Israel. I am an American. This is a secular fucking nation. I don't support any ethno-state. The difference between the Vatican and Israel is that the Vatican doesn't have 40 to 60 nuclear weapons that they refuse to disclose, okay? And they're not committing genocides on their fucking neighbors. Now, again, this is not defense of the Vatican. The Vatican goes around raping kids left and right and moving around pedophiles like they're fucking cards in a game of poker, right? I hate all religious extremists. And for some reason, when you criticize the nation of Israel, you end up being called an anti-Semite. And I want to point out something, a theory of mine, which is that Benjamin Netanyahu and the Knesset want a rise in anti-Semitism. Why is this, Chris? Well, I'll tell you why, you piece of shit. It's because Benjamin Netanyahu ties every action that he and his nation make to the Jewish people.
We are Israel. We are the only Jewish state.
He bombs a school and kills 400 children and goes,
we are doing this in the name of Israel. We are doing this in the name of Jewish people.
Right? And what ends up happening is they bomb a school, they kill 400 kids, they say, we do this in the name of Judaism. And then your dumbest friend, your dumbest fucking family member goes, goddamn Jews, man. And what does that do? Well, it increases the rise in anti-Semitism. It becomes normalized. And the more people that hate Jews, the more people that conflate Israel and Jews together, the more validity Benjamin Netanyahu has. And he goes,
don't you see the rise in anti-Semitism all across the planet, particularly in America? This is why we need a Jewish state. I've been saying it.
I don't think that cocksucker motherfucker believes in a word of the Torah. I don't think he believes in a goddamn thing about Jewish values or the Jewish religion. Oh, Chris, you're blowing my mind. Are you telling me that a world leader is using religion to is co-opting a religion to put forward his madman agenda? That's never happened before. But I genuinely think that Netanyahu wants more anti-Semitism. And that is how he validates Israel's need for a Jewish ethno-state. Now, speaking of, Israel's need for a Jewish ethno-state, one of their big complaints is, like terrorists in the Middle East who hate all Jews, and, it's all fucking bullshit. But on the topic of terrorists, this is what we were bringing up earlier, as we talked about, Donald Trump is meeting with a terrorist in the White House. And I'm going to show you a lot of these pictures. We're going to cover a little bit of this. But before we do, I want to give you a shameless plug. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. Also, this is real independent media. I have no advertisers. I've never had a conversation with a billionaire or a government or anything of the sort. So if you do want to support this channel financially, please do. You could buy merch like the Democratic Socialists. You could buy merch like the mug. You can click the thanks button down below to tip me directly. You can click the join button down below to become a member. You can become a patron on Patreon. Thank you very much to everybody who has given money. We got a dono here. It says, if you watch a video of a thermobaric explosion and compare it to the reports of a mini nuke in Gaza, they are different. It could be depleted uranium. Well, that's the thing. We don't know what is going to happen. We don't know what's happening in Gaza. A big reason why we don't know what's happening is because Israel refuses to allow foreign journalists into the area because they have like a vice grip over the news that comes out. Anything and everything that Israel tells you is a lie. I'm not kidding. Anything Israel tells you, the government, the inverse is reality, okay? I need you to understand this is not a joke. This is not like, oh, Chris, you're blinded by your hatred. No, they are pathological liars. They are incapable of telling the truth. And if they did tell the truth, we would nuke Tel Aviv, which I would never advocate for. Randy Fine, however, Jewish congressman and piece of shit AIPAC gobbling fucking shekel consuming motherfucker, he said that we should nuke Gaza. He also posted a picture of dead Gazan children and was laughing about it. So, yeah, no, go fuck yourself with a crazy straw, you fat fuck. Anyway, let's start looking at some of the pictures of, our perfect and humble leader, King Doland, meeting with a fucking terrorist who cuts people's heads off. Aren't these beautiful pictures? Oh, Ronald Reagan looking at him like, wait a minute, did I create that? You did.
The brave Mujahideen.
Look at Ronald looking down at the fruits of his labor. Literally, the fruits of his fucking labor. This is absolutely disgusting, and I hope anybody who is watching this that served in Iraq understands this is one of the leaders of the men who killed your friend. You know that one friend that fucking died right next to you and he has been haunting you for fucking years? Yeah, Donald Trump is meeting with one of the guys who led that killing. One of the guys who fucking murdered your best friend. That's who Donald Trump is meeting with. We got more here. Oh, look at this chair. Look at this beautiful chair. Allahu Akbar. Look at this beautiful chair. Dude, these guys can't fucking believe how far they have come. They cannot believe how far they have come. And Donald, he's all chummy. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. Look at Marco fucking Rubio. Gelatinous, spineless, used cum rag, fleshlight for the military-industrial complex. This man here is one of the most pathetic war hawks in American history, and he will go down as being a cocksucking, dick-riding, ass-eating, warmongering piece of shit. Just so you understand. Don't worry, we've got more for you. Look at this one! I'm saving that fucking image. Look at this! Look at this! There's George. There's our buddy George Washington looking down at a fucking piece of shit Wahhabist terrorist meeting in my White House, in my Oval Office. Smiling ear to ear. I don't see Trump smile like this ever. Except when he's meeting with terrorists and dictators. Look at this. It was an honor to spend time with Ahmed Hussein al-Shara, the new president of Syria, where we discussed all the intricacies of peace in the Middle East, of which he is a major advocate. I look forward to meeting and speaking again. Everyone is talking about the great miracle that is taking place in the Middle East. Having a stable and successful Syria is very important to all countries in the region. So Donald still thinks that his peace deal is real. He still thinks that he established peace in the Middle East. Meanwhile, as I told you earlier, Israel's vaporizing people. So, to the MAGA voter watching this, if you think there is peace in the Middle East, you're a brain-dead fucking idiot. You are a useless fucking moron. Donald could tell you the sky is red and you would fucking believe him. So, I want to go over some details of this guy, Ahmed al-Shara, because I know that a lot of you aren't going to believe me, but, we've got a couple of things here. Al-Shara joined Al-Qaeda in Iraq shortly before the 2003 invasion. Oh, he just joined Al-Qaeda. No big deal. He just joined Al-Qaeda. I've got something down here too. Where is it? Once in Iraq, Al-Shara quickly rose through the ranks of Al-Qaeda. The Times of Israel claimed in 2013 that al-Shara was a close associate of al-Qaeda leader Abu Musab al-Zarqawi. I remember when they fucking killed this guy, right? Yeah, this guy's fucking dead. In his 2021 interview with Frontline, al-Shara denied ever meeting al-Zarqawi and asserted that he served only as a regular foot soldier under al-Qaeda against American occupation. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people aren't ready for this conversation, but al-Qaeda defending Iraq from the foreign invasion was based on God. I'll die on that fucking hill. But at the same time, that cocksucker was killing American soldiers. I don't give a fuck what they were there for. If you kill American soldiers, you don't get to step foot in the Oval Office. I don't give a fuck what the excuse is. And this is coming from me, a leftist who believes in defending your land from the foreign invader. My father served in Vietnam, and he taught me to be on the side of the Viet Cong. He used to tell me as a kid, he'd go, Chris, I was the bad guy. I was the villain. They sent a whole bunch of 17 and 18-year-old kids to go invade a foreign nation and murder them. We were the bad guys. He went out of his way to get me to understand the complexities, the intricacies of geopolitics, especially when it comes to fucking war, okay? So coming from me, I don't give a shit what your reasoning is. If you killed American soldiers, you don't get to step foot in the Oval fucking Office. Is that so hard? And I'm not talking about ordering the killing of American soldiers. I'm talking about direct involvement. Direct involvement. This is a man who has literally pulled the trigger and killed American soldiers, and he sawed off the heads of American prisoners. And now Donald is meeting with him. And MAGA voter, support it. Be a good fucking boy and support it. I know you're gonna be a good boy because Daddy Fuhrer, he tells you it's good. It's good. We have to support him. Now do as you're fucking told, you bootlicking cuck, and support it. Be the good boy that we all know you are. Good boy, little MAGA voter. Maybe he'll send you a $2,000 check. You fucking dipshit. Unbelievable. Also, I don't know who this is, but a lot of people were saying that this guy, Jimmy Dore, is like, used to be well known. I just want to say, if I haven't heard of you, you have no fucking motion, twin. I am a media demon. I consume media all fucking day. Maybe you had motion 20 years ago, but you don't anymore. Apparently, this guy's name is Jimmy Dore, but just listen to this. He makes a valid point here.
He's hanging out with Al-Qaeda at the White House. Legit hanging out with the head of Al-Qaeda at the White House. Wow. Wow, he still has... Wow.
Never thought I'd see the day when
you guys are supposed to hate. You're supposed to hate Mondami, but Trump's hanging out with the legit leader of Al Qaeda. Go ahead, Kurt. Sorry.
That looks like a guy you could trust your children with.
Well, I know Al Qaeda, but I can't get over the guys also, and I saw Petraeus say it to him in the interview. A founding member of ISIS.
Again, I even forgot to hammer down on this. Not only was he a member of Al-Qaeda, he is one of the founders of ISIS! OG! Literally OG. Literally OG. Or OJ. Original jihadist? I don't fucking know. I can't, like, this is something where if you have military family members, if you are in the military and you can turn a blind eye to this, shut the fuck up forever. Shut your stupid fucking mouth forever. Trump meets with terrorist Ahmed al-Sharaa after U.S. removes him from the terror list. This guy was on the FBI's most wanted list. Do you understand that? The FBI's most fucking wanted. Under Assad, about 12 years ago, ISIS, which was founded by this man, was allowed to grow and metastasize into one of the most powerful terrorist organizations in the world. That's with CIA funding, by the way. At one point, it controlled a huge swath of land spanning the Syria-Iraq border. After meeting al-Sharaa the first time in Saudi Arabia, Mr. Trump called the Syrian leader a young, attractive, tough guy. Strong past. Hey, soldier. The man who killed your best fucking friend in Iraq, our president just said he had a strong past. Attractive guy. Good leader. If you're not as angry as me, stop role-playing as a fucking American. Bootlicking pussies. Over the weekend, he became the first Syrian leader to shoot some hoops with the U.S. military. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Shooting hoops with the OG creator of ISIS. Hell yeah! Disgusting fucking rat people. This guy has committed so many fucking war crimes, and the United States goes out of our way to defend his record over and over and over again. I don't know what to tell you, other than our president is a fucking terrorist and he's meeting with fellow terrorists. Now, one last thing, a little palate cleanser I want to talk about before we do end the show. I love Kyle Kulinski. I love him. And Kyle Kulinski he kind of said my name. He fucked it up, but it doesn't matter. I just want to show you because I'm proud of this. This is from his Corin's World. Make sure you go subscribe to Corin's World. Make sure you subscribe to Secular Talk. That's Kyle Kulinski. But just listen to this. This makes me happy, and I'm going to force you to listen to it.
Sorry that you
shout out to that.
shanked on
You
Lake
ready?
Superior, but we appreciate the $5, bro.
Yeah, what is it? Veterans Day on Friday or tomorrow?
I think it's Veterans Day, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, please collab with Christy Valenti.
So the chatter accidentally called me Christ, and then he said there's no way this guy's name is Christ, so it's got to be a woman named Christy. Now, I'm a man, but that's okay.
With the Valenti VOD, I think Valenti Videos YouTube channel. I don't know who that is, but I can write this person down as well and take a look.
Well, you know who I am now, Kyle. And you're going to know who I am, because you're going to watch some of the videos and you're going to go, this guy sounds a lot like me. Whoops. I do. And it's because I watch you all the time. The difference is, you know, Kyle, you're more buttoned up. You wear a suit. You got a house. You got a wife. You got a life. I have a cat. And I'm pissed.
All right, a couple more here.
I have a dog, too.
Christy Valenti.
It's just Chris.
Christy Valenti.
It's
That's
just,
what the name was. Okay.
it's just Chris. But you'll get there. You'll get there, Kyle. You'll figure it out. Shout out Kyle Kalinske. Huge fucking fan. Love your content. You're a beacon of truth. Anyway, I'm Chris Valenti. This has been the Valenti VOD. If you're here live, you stay. We got more news to cover. If you're watching this pre-recorded, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. Do me one last favor. Click that video over there. It's a banger, and I know bangers.